What if I told you there's a way to become unforgettable, a force so magnetic that they can't help but think of you day and night? Imagine stepping into a realm where their thoughts revolve around you, where your presence lingers like the scent of a rare, exotic perfume they can't quite place but desperately want to find. These aren't just tricks. They're the keys to unlocking a deeper understanding of human behavior, the kind that transcends surface-level attraction and dives into the psychology of obsession. Before we proceed, let's set one thing straight. This isn't about cheap manipulation or playing petty games. No, this is for those who dare to harness the intricate workings of the mind and heart to become the gravitational pull in someone's universe. As the philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." Here we will find your why, a purpose so strong it guides every move, giving you the power to draw someone so deeply into your orbit that they can't escape. Think about the way a moth is drawn to a flame, irresistibly pulled toward its light and warmth. It's not the brightness of the flame alone, but the mystery of its dance, the way it flickers unpredictably, promising more while keeping its essence just out of reach. That's what you must become, the captivating enigma that offers glimpses of intimacy, but always leaves them craving more. Obsession isn't born from mere attention. It's kindled by the artful blend of intrigue, emotional connection, and the tension of unspoken possibilities. The journey to creating obsession begins within you. Why do you want them obsessed? Is it love, desire, or perhaps the need to feel irreplaceable in someone's world? Understanding your motives is crucial because obsession is a double-edged sword. It can burn brightly with passion or consume uncontrollably if wielded without care. But when guided by purpose, it becomes a tool of unmatched power, sculpting a connection so profound it reshapes their reality. Picture this. You're not just another character in their story. You're the plot twist they didn't see coming, the unresolved mystery that keeps them turning the pages, desperate for more. Obsession isn't about shouting your worth from the rooftops. It's about weaving yourself so seamlessly into their life that even the quietest moments echo with your presence. It's about being the person who mirrors their deepest desires, reflecting back a version of themselves they can't help but love, admire, and yearn for. Let's take a step back and look at the foundation of obsession. It's not built overnight. It's crafted through moments of connection, small yet powerful gestures, and the delicate balance of push and pull. Like a skilled artist, you must know when to paint bold strokes and when to let the canvas speak for itself. This is not the work of the faint-hearted. It's a masterclass in emotional intelligence, requiring patience, precision, and an unshakable belief in your own worth. As Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Similarly, the depth of their obsession depends on the quality of the impression you leave behind. Every interaction must be purposeful. Every word, every silence, every glance carefully chosen to weave a tapestry of fascination. You're not just creating moments. You're planting seeds in the fertile soil of their mind. Seeds that grow into an unshakable bond with every passing thought. Imagine this. You're a rare jewel hidden in plain sight, radiating a quiet brilliance that draws them closer while keeping them wondering. You're the song they hum without realizing it, the dream that lingers just beyond their grasp. When they look at you, they don't just see a person. They see a possibility, a future, a thrill they can't quite define, but can't bear to lose. This is the art of obsession, not forcing them to notice you, but making it impossible for them to forget you. Remember, this isn't about changing who you are to fit someone else's ideal. It's about amplifying your strengths, sharpening your edges, and becoming a version of yourself so compelling that they can't help but be drawn to you. Obsession is not about control. It's about becoming a presence so deeply rooted in their mind that your absence feels like a void they're desperate to fill. As we embark on this journey together, know that it's not just about them, it's about you. It's about stepping into your power, mastering the art of influence, and unlocking a potential within yourself that you never knew existed. The techniques we're about to explore are not for the timid. They're for the bold, the daring, the ones ready to become unforgettable. So, take a deep breath and prepare yourself, because this is where transformation begins. Let go of any doubts and embrace the challenge ahead. You are capable of creating the kind of impact that lingers, the kind of presence that turns fleeting moments into lifelong memories. The road may be dark, but within that darkness lies the brilliance of your true power. Affirmations are the key to unlocking the untapped potential within you, a powerful reminder of the strength and influence you hold. They're not just words, they're declarations of your worth, your purpose, and your ability to create an unforgettable impact on the world around you. By repeating affirmations, you align your mind with your desires, planting seeds of belief that grow into a reality you can shape with intention. Think of them as a compass guiding you toward your greatest self, a self so magnetic, so unique, that others can't help but be drawn to your presence. Here's your affirmation. I am magnetic, unforgettable, and the center of their thoughts. Now, take a moment to let this sink in. Feel the truth of these words resonate in your soul. If you believe in your power to transform and captivate, write this affirmation in the comments below. Let it be your commitment to becoming the version of yourself who commands attention and leaves a lasting mark on their mind. We pour our hearts into creating content like this to empower and inspire you. If this resonates with you, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support fuels our mission to help you step into your power. Together, we're building a community that knows its worth and isn't afraid to embrace it fully. Don't just watch, be part of this journey with us. Let's begin. Number 1. Whisper to their soul. Have you ever met someone who seemed to know you better than you knew yourself? It wasn't about their words or actions. It was about the way they made you feel, as though they understood the parts of you you've never shown to anyone else. This is the power of whispering to someone's soul, a deeply emotional and subtle way of connecting that goes beyond the surface. To make someone completely obsessed with you, you must bypass the noise of everyday interactions and speak directly to the core of who they are, their dreams, their fears, and their unspoken desires. True connection doesn't come from grand gestures or constant attention. Instead, it's in the quiet moments of understanding, the kind of presence that feels like an intimate secret shared between the two of you. As Marcus Aurelius once wrote, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. When you learn to color their thoughts with the resonance of your presence, you transform into more than just someone they care about. You become a part of their very being, someone they cannot shake. To whisper to their soul, you must first listen in a way that few people ever do. Pay attention not just to their words, but to the spaces between them. Watch how their eyes light up when they speak of something they love, or how their voice softens when they reveal a vulnerability. These moments are the keys to their inner world, the unspoken language of their soul. For example, if they share a childhood memory with a wistful smile, acknowledge the depth of that moment. Say something like, "It's amazing how certain memories stay with us, like little pieces of who we are, isn't it?" A comment like this doesn't just show that you're listening, it shows that you understand. Creating this kind of connection is like planting seeds in the garden of their mind. Your words and actions must be intentional, designed to leave echoes that linger long after you're gone. Think of it this way. If every interaction is a ripple, your goal is to create waves that reach far beyond the moment. Compliment them on something unique, something no one else notices. Perhaps it's the way they get lost in their thoughts when they're passionate about something, or the quiet confidence they exude in uncertain situations. These small, deeply personal observations show them that you see who they truly are, and that you cherish it. Imagine your connection as a quiet melody in a chaotic world. Most people are loud, desperate to be noticed, vying for attention through grand displays. But the one who whispers stands out, precisely because they are not trying to. You become the calm in their storm, the presence that soothes their soul while igniting their curiosity. This kind of connection is irresistible because it doesn't demand, it simply exists, like the gentle pull of the moon on the tides. The beauty of whispering to someone's soul lies in its subtlety. It's not about overwhelming them with affection or attention. It's about making them feel so deeply understood that they can't help but think of you when they're alone. This isn't a bond that fades with time. It grows stronger, like the roots of a tree, quietly spreading beneath the surface. When you become the person they associate with their most profound thoughts and emotions, you don't just occupy their mind, you live there. To master this, remember the importance of restraint. Be fully present in your moments together, but don't try to fill every silence or solve every problem. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is simply be there, creating a space where they feel safe to be themselves. Like a lighthouse guiding a ship in a storm, your quiet strength will become the anchor they seek when they feel lost. By learning to whisper to their soul, you ensure that your presence is not just remembered, but craved. They will think of you in quiet moments, replaying the things you said, the way you made them feel, and the rare connection they've found in you. This is not manipulation. It's the art of seeing someone so clearly that they can't help but be drawn to you. Here's your affirmation. I am the voice that lingers in their heart. Write this in the comments below to commit to becoming someone who leaves an indelible mark. When you whisper to their soul, you create a connection so profound that it becomes a part of their story, a bond they will never forget. This is where obsession begins, not in loud declarations, but in quiet, unshakable resonance. Number 2. Dance between closeness and distance. Have you ever noticed how the flame of desire burns brightest when it's fed with both heat and air? Relationships, like fire, need a delicate balance to thrive. Too much closeness smothers, too much distance extinguishes. But when you master the art of dancing between closeness and distance, you create a dynamic that captivates them, leaving them breathless in the tension you so skillfully orchestrate. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It is not things that disturb us, but our interpretations of them. Your actions and absences, your warmth and withdrawal, will stir their soul, not because of what you do, but how they interpret your movements." This isn't manipulation. It's the mastery of emotional rhythm, a waltz of connection and longing that makes you utterly unforgettable. The power of tension, a magnetic force. Tension is the secret to obsession. It's the invisible thread that keeps them leaning forward, desperate for more. By skillfully balancing closeness and distance, you create a space where they yearn for your presence without ever feeling fully secure in it. You're not playing hard to get. You're becoming hard to forget. Think of this as a dance floor. You step closer, catching their gaze, sharing a moment of vulnerability so profound it feels like time stops. But just as they reach for more, you step back, leaving them suspended in the longing for what could have been. This isn't cruelty, it's art. They'll feel the warmth of your closeness and the ache of your absence, both equally magnetic and unforgettable. This trick is rooted in a profound psychological paradox. Humans crave certainty, but they're equally addicted to the thrill of uncertainty. When you give them just enough closeness to feel connected, but pull back just enough to create space, you trigger both their need for comfort and their hunger for excitement. It's a paradox they won't be able to resist, and you become the mystery they can't stop trying to solve. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Let them color their thoughts with your presence. Thoughts of the moments you're close and the aching questions when you're not. This balance makes you unforgettable, a force that lingers in their mind, whether you're near or far. Imagine a magnetic field. When two poles are too close, they repel. When they're too far, the pull fades. But when the distance is just right, the magnetic force becomes irresistible. You are the magnet in their life, always close enough to feel your pull, yet distant enough to keep them chasing that connection. This tension doesn't just attract them, it keeps their thoughts circling you, trying to decode your every move. Like a skilled conductor of an orchestra, you set the tempo. Closeness becomes the melody, rich with connection and depth. Distance becomes the pause, the silence that heightens their anticipation. Together, they create a symphony of desire that leaves them spellbound. How to master the dance. To make this dance effective, timing and intuition are everything. When you step closer, make it count. Share moments of intense connection, meaningful eye contact, heartfelt conversations, or gestures that show your care. These moments should feel rare and genuine, creating emotional highs they'll crave. Then, without warning, pull back. Give them the gift of your absence, not out of cruelty, but to let them feel the space you leave behind. This could mean taking longer to reply, being less available, or simply retreating into your own world for a while. Let them sit in that silence, feeling the void where your presence used to be. But here's the key. The withdrawal must feel natural, not forced. If you pull away too dramatically, it might feel like manipulation. The goal is to create a rhythm that feels like a dance, not a game. The emotional impact. When you master the art of closeness and distance, they'll find themselves caught in the emotional tide you create. One moment, they'll feel safe and cherished in your presence. The next, they'll feel a quiet longing for you when you're gone. This push and pull creates a depth of connection that goes beyond surface-level attraction. It turns you into a gravitational force in their life, someone they can't help but orbit around. This isn't about making them question your feelings. It's about making them question their own. They'll wonder why your absence feels so heavy, why your presence feels so essential. And in that wondering, you become unforgettable. Mastering this dance requires both restraint and intention. It's not about playing games or being cold. It's about creating a dynamic that keeps them coming back for more, their heart tied to the rhythm of your connection. You are the flame and the shadow, the warmth they crave, and the mystery they can't unravel. I am the perfect balance of closeness and distance, the rhythm they can't resist. Write this affirmation in the comments below and commit to embracing the art of emotional rhythm. Step into your power and let your movements linger in their mind like a melody they can't stop replaying. They won't just remember you, they'll crave you. Number 3. Be the puzzle they can't solve. Have you ever noticed how the things we can't quite figure out are the ones that linger in our minds the longest? A book with an unsolved mystery, a painting with hidden meaning, or a person who seems to hold a secret just out of reach. They captivate us, pulling us in deeper with every unanswered question. Now imagine being that person. Imagine becoming the puzzle they can't solve, the riddle that keeps them up at night, drawing them closer with every interaction while remaining tantalizingly elusive. There's an undeniable allure to mystery. As Rainer Maria Rilke once said, "Be patient toward all that is unsolved in your heart, and try to love the questions themselves." People are irresistibly drawn to what they can't fully grasp, and that is where your power lies. By cultivating an air of mystery and depth, you create a space in their mind that only you can occupy. They won't just think about you, they'll analyze, wonder and obsess, trying to uncover the layers you've so carefully concealed. Being a puzzle they can't solve isn't about playing games or being disingenuous. It's about knowing yourself so deeply and showing just enough that they're left wanting more. When you're transparent, you're easy to read, and while that might make you relatable, it doesn't make you unforgettable. Instead, let them catch glimpses of your world, beautiful, intriguing fragments that leave them yearning for the full picture. Share your passions, but not the stories behind them. Drop hints about your dreams, but never explain their origins. Let your silences hold as much meaning as your words. Picture yourself as a novel with missing pages. They can read parts of your story, become captivated by your depth, but never fully understand where it all leads. This keeps them turning metaphorical pages, filling the gaps with their imagination, and replaying every moment with you, trying to piece it all together. It's not about withholding to frustrate. It's about creating a rhythm of intrigue, a balance of revelation and restraint that makes them feel drawn to the mystery you embody. Think of a moonlit ocean, vast and mesmerizing, its depths hidden beneath the surface. You're that ocean. From afar, you appear stunning, almost serene, but the closer they come, the more they realize how much remains unseen. The shadows, the depths, the unexplored corners, they'll be drawn into your gravity, unable to resist the pull of what they don't yet understand. This is the kind of attraction that's not just emotional, it's magnetic, an obsession that grows with every unanswered question. To cultivate this allure, you must master Stoic control over your impulses to over-explain or overshare. In today's world, where so many rush to showcase every detail of their lives, your mystery becomes a rare and valuable asset. Allow yourself to hold back, not out of fear, but out of strategy. Let them lean in, ask questions, and wonder what lies beneath. When they feel like there's always more to discover about you, they'll keep coming back, caught in the intoxicating cycle of fascination. This isn't about being detached or withholding connection. It's about crafting your interactions with precision. Share pieces of your story, but never the whole puzzle. Instead of answering every question directly, respond with a thought-provoking observation or an enigmatic smile. When they feel like you're a step ahead of them, like there's always more to uncover, they'll become captivated by the journey of understanding you. At the heart of this technique lies the art of restraint. As Marcus Aurelius taught, You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. By controlling what you reveal and how you reveal it, you demonstrate a mastery of self that's deeply attractive. They'll see you not just as someone to know, but as someone to admire and unravel. Every interaction becomes a puzzle piece, leaving them eager for the next, trying to complete a picture that only you control. Being the puzzle they can't solve isn't just about captivating someone else. It's about owning your complexity. It's about understanding that your depth is your strength, that you don't need to lay everything bare to be valued. When you embrace your layers, you become more than just a fleeting thought. You become a riddle they're determined to solve, an enigma they can't forget. So step into your power and let your mystery speak louder than words. You are the ocean with endless depths, the novel with missing pages, the moonlit path that leads somewhere they can't quite see. Let them feel the pull of your intrigue, and they'll find themselves unable to resist the journey. I am the riddle that captivates their mind, the puzzle they can't solve. Write this affirmation in the comments to declare your commitment to owning your mystery. Let the layers of your depth become the force that makes you unforgettable. Embrace your power and watch as they become drawn to you, one piece at a time. If this video resonated with you and gave you powerful insights, show your support by liking it and subscribing to the channel. Your encouragement fuels our passion to keep creating impactful content that transforms lives. Number 4. Plant a seed in their mind. Have you ever wondered how a single moment, a fleeting interaction, or a carefully chosen word can linger in someone's mind, growing and evolving until it becomes something they can't stop thinking about? This is the power of planting a seed in their mind, a subtle, almost imperceptible act that, when done with intention, transforms into an obsession they can't escape. You're not forcing yourself into their thoughts. You're weaving yourself into the fabric of their subconscious, allowing their own mind to do the work for you. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." The same applies here. Planting a seed isn't about controlling someone directly. It's about creating a thought, a memory, or a feeling that they choose to nurture on their own. This is the art of influence at its finest, subtle yet deeply profound. Imagine standing in a vast, fertile field. Each word you speak, each action you take, is like scattering seeds into the soil. Some may be forgotten, but the ones that resonate, the ones rich with meaning and emotion, take root. Over time, they grow into towering trees, impossible to ignore. This is what you aim to do in their mind. Leave behind something so meaningful, so uniquely tied to you, that it becomes a part of their internal world. To begin planting this seed, focus on creating moments that evoke emotion. People don't obsess over the mundane, they obsess over what moves them. Whether it's a compliment that feels like you've seen into their soul, or a shared experience that feels rare and profound, your actions must resonate on a deeper level. For instance, instead of saying, "You're beautiful," tell them, "The way your eyes light up when you talk about your dreams is captivating. It's like watching stars come alive." A statement like this isn't just a compliment. It's a moment that lingers, a thought they replay over and over. Think of planting a seed in their mind as crafting a melody. The best songs stay with us, not because they're loud or complex, but because they strike a chord deep within us. Your words and actions should be like those notes, simple yet resonant. When you choose your moments carefully, they'll find themselves humming your melody long after you've left the room, wondering why it feels so familiar, so necessary. Metaphorically, it's like leaving footprints in wet cement. At first, they may seem insignificant, barely noticeable. But as the cement hardens, as their thoughts replay and analyze the moments you've shared, those footprints become permanent. They won't even realize when it happened, but one day they'll notice that their mind keeps circling back to you, unable to let go of the impression you've made. The key to this technique is subtlety. Planting a seed in their mind doesn't mean overwhelming them with grand gestures or constant attention. In fact, it's the quiet, understated moments that hold the most power. A thoughtful gesture, a lingering gaze, or a simple phrase that carries depth. These are the tools you use. Like a gardener, you don't flood the soil. You water it gently, letting time and curiosity do the rest. As Marcus Aurelius once said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. By planting the right seed, you're coloring their inner world with memories of you, feelings tied to you, and thoughts they can't ignore. It's not about manipulation. It's about creating an authentic connection so meaningful that they carry it with them wherever they go. When doubts creep in, remember this: you are not forcing anything. You are offering them a gift, a moment, a feeling, a thought that enriches their life. If they choose to nurture it, it's because it resonates with their own desires and emotions. Your role is to make those seeds meaningful enough that they can't help but grow. By mastering this art, you transform yourself from someone they know to someone they can't stop thinking about. You become the echo in their quiet moments, the thought that lingers even when they try to push it away. This is the essence of planting a seed in their mind, creating something so profound that they willingly let it grow. Affirm this truth with me. I am the thought they can't let go, the seed that grows within their mind. Write this affirmation in the comments to solidify your commitment to mastering this subtle yet powerful art. Remember, the most impactful changes happen quietly, like seeds taking root in the earth. Start planting now, and watch as their obsession blooms. Number 5. Speak the language of their heart. Have you ever wondered why some people can effortlessly connect with others, drawing them in as if they hold the secret key to their hearts? The truth is, they're not just talking, they're speaking the unspoken language of emotion, a dialect that bypasses logic and speaks directly to the soul. To make someone completely obsessed with you, you must learn to speak the language of their heart, a unique rhythm of desires, fears, and dreams that shapes how they feel understood and connected. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." In relationships, people often feel unseen because others engage with the surface while ignoring the deeper emotional undercurrents. Your mission is to step into their world, understanding not just their words, but the emotions behind them. When you speak their heart's language, you become their safe haven, the person who doesn't just hear, but understands. Imagine a key that unlocks a chest filled with treasures. This key is your ability to listen, observe, and respond in ways that resonate deeply with their core self. It's not about mimicking them or pretending. It's about noticing the nuances in their words and actions, the way their eyes light up when they talk about a dream, or the hesitation in their voice when they mention a fear. Every clue they give you is a note in the melody of their heart, and when you learn to play it, they'll feel like no one else truly knows them the way you do. Speaking their heart's language also means understanding their emotional rhythms. Are they someone who thrives on reassurance, or someone who craves a sense of challenge? Are they drawn to quiet moments of connection or fiery, passionate exchanges? Once you decode their rhythm, you can match it in ways that feel natural and deeply satisfying to them. This isn't about manipulation, it's about showing them that you understand their emotional needs and meeting them in a way no one else has. Think of it like tuning into a radio frequency. When you're off frequency, the connection is static-filled, unclear, and frustrating. But when you adjust to the perfect wavelength, the sound becomes clear and beautiful. By speaking the language of their heart, you become the clear signal in a world filled with noise. You're no longer just someone they like. You're the one they feel aligned with, the person they crave because you make them feel seen, heard, and valued. When you master this art, you're not just creating connection, you're creating an emotional sanctuary. They'll find themselves drawn to you in ways they can't explain, feeling understood at a level that transcends words. This is how obsession begins, not with grand gestures, but with the quiet, persistent recognition of their innermost self. To embrace this power, start now. Pay attention to what they're truly saying, not just with their words, but with their actions, their silences, and their emotions. Commit to learning their emotional language and becoming the person who speaks to their heart like no one else. I am the voice that speaks to their heart, the presence they can't ignore. Write this affirmation in the comments to declare your intention. Let this be your first step toward mastering emotional connection and becoming unforgettable. If this resonated with you and you found value in these insights, show your support by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. We pour our heart and soul into creating content that empowers you to unlock your true potential. Your support means the world to us. Number 6. Leave a trace, not a trail. Have you ever noticed how the faintest scent of a flower can linger long after it's gone? Or how a fleeting touch can echo in your mind for hours, even days? That's the power of subtlety, the art of leaving just enough behind to keep them yearning for more. To make someone truly obsessed, you don't need to leave a trail they can follow. You need to leave a trace so elusive, so compelling, that they're drawn to you without ever realizing why. In the game of attraction, less is often more. As Marcus Aurelius said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. If you leave too much behind, you risk becoming mundane, a fixed pattern in their life. But when you leave just a trace, a whisper of your presence, their thoughts fill in the gaps. You become a mystery they're desperate to solve, an absence that feels louder than presence. Your power lies in being unforgettable, not overwhelming. Imagine walking through a moonlit forest. Instead of carving a clear path, you scatter hints of your presence, a delicate footprint in the soil, a faint scent of lavender, the distant sound of your laughter. These traces are not enough to guide them, but enough to haunt them. They will wander that forest endlessly, searching for the source of those small, tantalizing signs. That's what leaving a trace, not a trail, feels like in the emotional landscape. The key is to balance intensity and restraint. When you're with them, be fully present. Make your words and actions resonate with depth and meaning. Complement them in ways that feel personal and irreplaceable. Notice details others overlook and create moments that are vivid and specific to the two of you. Then, step back. Don't overstay your welcome in their life. Let the memory of your presence linger, unspoiled by too much exposure. Their mind will replay those moments, amplifying their significance until you're all they can think about. Think of your presence like a shadow at dusk, there, but not fully tangible. Your absence isn't a void, it's a canvas they fill with thoughts of you. When you leave a trace, you allow them to chase you emotionally, to feel the weight of your absence and crave your return. You're not just a person in their life, you're an idea that grows in their mind, becoming more vivid with every passing day. This isn't about manipulation or playing games. It's about understanding the power of scarcity and emotional resonance. People value what feels rare, what feels special. By leaving a trace instead of a trail, you give them the gift of longing. You become the elusive treasure they can't fully hold, but can never let go of. Remember, obsession isn't built on excess. It's built on moments so potent they feel irreplaceable. You have the power to become that presence, to be the trace they follow endlessly in their thoughts. I leave a trace so irresistible they can't help but follow it in their mind. Write this affirmation in the comments to solidify your commitment to mastering this art. Embrace your power and watch as your presence becomes the most beautiful mystery they've ever known. Number 7. Be their reflection and their dream. Have you ever looked at someone and seen a reflection of everything you desire, admire, and aspire to be? Imagine becoming that for someone else, the embodiment of their dreams and the reflection of their deepest truths. To make someone completely obsessed with you, you must learn to be both familiar and extraordinary, the person who resonates with their present while igniting their imagination for the future. As Carl Jung once said, the meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. You're not just aiming for a connection, you're creating an alchemy of emotions that leaves them forever changed. By reflecting their core self while embodying the vision of who they want to become, you become an irresistible force in their life, someone they can't help but gravitate toward. To be their reflection, you must first master the art of deep listening and observation. Pay attention to what lights them up, what they complain about, what they dream of, but hesitate to say out loud. People are drawn to those who make them feel seen, validated, and understood. When you mirror their strengths, passions, and values, they'll feel an unspoken resonance with you, as though you've always been part of their story. However, this isn't about mimicry or losing your individuality. It's about showing them that you align with their core essence in ways that feel natural and effortless. But here's where the dream comes in. You don't stop at reflecting who they are. You inspire them to reach higher. Be the person who sees potential in them where others see limits. If they've spoken about wanting to start a new project, encourage them. If they've expressed fears about stepping out of their comfort zone, be the steady hand that gives them the courage to leap. When someone feels that you not only understand them, but also elevate them, they will start to associate you with their growth, their success, and their happiness. Picture this dynamic as a mirror with a golden frame. The mirror reflects who they are, giving them clarity and comfort, while the golden frame represents the aspirations and possibilities you bring into their life. This balance of familiarity and inspiration creates a magnetic pull they can't resist. You become the person who knows their soul and fuels their spirit, a combination so rare that it feels irreplaceable. To master this step, embrace Stoic wisdom. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." In this context, don't simply talk about their potential, help them live it. Don't just reflect their present self, draw out the best in them. Your presence should feel like a sanctuary and a spark, a reminder of where they are and where they could go. When you achieve this, obsession becomes inevitable. They won't just think of you, they'll feel you in every victory, every step forward. You won't just be someone they know, you'll become someone they need, their compass and their inspiration. I am their reflection and their dream, the light that inspires their soul. Write this affirmation in the comments to claim your power. Embrace the balance of mirroring and motivating, and watch as you transform into the person they can't stop thinking about. You're not just part of their journey, you're the destination they'll always seek. Number 8. Create a moment of forever. Have you ever experienced a moment so profound it felt like time itself stood still? A moment that etched itself into your memory, replaying again and again like an unshakable melody. To make someone obsessed with you, you must master the art of crafting such a moment of forever. It's not about grand gestures or loud declarations. It's about creating an experience so emotionally charged and unique that it becomes a permanent fixture in their thoughts. As Seneca wisely stated, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. A moment of forever captures that fleeting, magical intersection of the ordinary and the extraordinary, transforming a simple encounter into something unforgettable. Imagine a candle flickering in a dark room, its flame small but mesmerizing, casting shadows that dance on the walls. That's what you must become, the flicker of light that lingers in their mind, haunting them with its beauty and mystery. This moment isn't born from extravagance, it comes from emotional depth. It could be a midnight conversation under a blanket of stars, a shared laugh in the rain, or the way you listen when they speak as if the world has paused for them alone. These moments are rare not because they're difficult to create, but because they require intention. You must give them your full presence, anchoring the memory with sincerity and vulnerability. When they think back, they won't just recall the event, they'll relive the way you made them feel. Crafting a moment of forever is like painting a masterpiece. Each brushstroke, a word, a glance, a touch, must carry meaning. It's the way you look into their eyes and make them feel seen, the way your words linger in their thoughts long after you've spoken. These are the moments that defy the limits of time, planting seeds in their heart that grow into something they can't escape. When done right, you'll not only occupy their mind, you'll live there. So, be bold enough to create the extraordinary within the ordinary. Let your connection be the moment they return to when they close their eyes, the warmth they crave when the world feels cold. Write this affirmation in the comments to seal your commitment. I am the moment they'll never forget. Declare it with conviction,